Welcome to my channel. Today's question is, did you know that hot water can freeze faster than cold water? Now, this may sound absolutely ridiculous. You may have even tried this yourself and found that it's simply not true. But there are actually very specific conditions where hot water can indeed freeze faster than cold water. And we're going to explore those conditions today. As always, if you would like to submit your own question, you can do so through the link in the description below. So why does common sense tell us that hot water will take longer to freeze than cold water? It seems obvious that cold water is closer to the freezing point, so it should freeze faster. And in typical scenarios, this is exactly what happens. If you have two glasses of water, one at room temperature and one straight from the fridge, the one from the fridge will freeze faster. However, things get kind of weird when we consider water that's significantly above room temperature. Water actually reaches its maximum density at around 4 degrees Celsius. So hot water has to cool down to this temperature before it can start freezing. On the other hand, cold water doesn't have to warm up. It can start freezing as soon as it comes into contact with an ice crystal that provides the initial lattice for water molecules to arrange themselves into a solid. Now, if we keep these 2 glasses of water at a constant temperature, the hot water will freeze faster once it reaches that 4-degree threshold. But there's another factor that can also influence the freezing rate: the container itself. If we pour hot water into a cold container, the water will freeze faster than if we pour cold water into a warm container. This is because the container will transfer heat away from the water, helping it reach the freezing point more quickly. So in what specific conditions can hot water freeze faster than cold water? Well, if we ignore the container and keep both glasses at a constant temperature above 4 degrees Celsius, the hot water will freeze faster once it reaches that 4-degree threshold. But what if we pour hot water into a cold glass and cold water into a warm glass? In this scenario, the hot water will freeze faster because the container is doing more work in cooling the water down to the freezing point. So to summarize, hot water can freeze faster than cold water if either the hot water is in a cold container or the difference in temperature between the water and the freezing point is relatively small. Otherwise, cold water will freeze faster. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more science videos. As always, thanks for watching.